There needs to be a demand in society for your solution to exist. Otherwise, your project will just be there and it will have no actual social impact. Hey guys, I'm Justin. I went to the Loomis Chaffee School in Connecticut, USA, so a lot of the context that I'll be giving here might serve you better if you also attend boarding school. And today I'm going to talk about how to initiate a project. There are two different stages of project development. Firstly, it's on innovation, i.e. how do I come up with the project in the first place? And I think the first step here is to identify the problem statement, right? i.e. there needs to be a demand in society for your solution to exist. Otherwise, your project will just be there and it will have no actual social impact. The most important part here is to understand what your project essentially is. Second stage of project development here is implementation. How do we set up the project? One, start with what's obviously available to you. In Loomis, we have this independent study program, which essentially is a program in which you're allowed to develop your own curriculum and investigate anything you want while still getting course credit. That's a great way for students to be able to develop their academic interests while also doing independent research at the same time. So in terms of implementation, firstly, just to be really aware about who your target audience is. So for example, I was trying to make a history course. The target audience, sure, it might be students in the long run, but also there was a 10th grade history committee that I had to pitch my course idea to after a period of working on it. This is really important because the target audience defines the type of content you want to share. Secondly, just to be open-minded, that is, there are a variety of ways in which you can share a specific passion. Use one that one resonates the most with your skill set. Thirdly, makes you the most unique. What distinguishes myself most from everybody else who's also passionate about it. So now I'd like to address what happens if these projects are things that you want to do outside of school. Well, with out-of-school projects, the hardest part must be outreach because there's no immediate incentive for a professor I'm randomly emailing to be able to help me with my research project. What I did with my independent research, I cold emailed a list of PhD candidates at various colleges that I research who had similar interests to mine. I think I have two tips for this. Firstly, in the email, you want a proposal. You want to be very clear about the specific proposal. I stated that I needed technical guidance, and this technical guidance might look like how to implement specific and collect primary and secondary sources. What places should I go to for reading that would further enhance my knowledge of this particular subject? A second tip, if you have connections, use them because there's more incentive then to help you when you're emailing PhD candidates. This a lot of the time is charity work for them. So either you already know them through some other way in which it's much easier for you to persuade them to help you, or B, that you make your project convincing enough that they're actually passionate and invested in what you do. And I think that's where you get the commitment from these personnel that exist outside of school. And that's all I have today. Thank you so much for listening.